Good evening once more. Good evening for the ones in UK. But I'm actually trying to do these streams a little bit later than usual. And sorry for the ones that follow me around here, as you're getting these ones right after dinner, or in the middle of your dinner, or in the middle of your dinner, or in the beginning of your dinner, if you happen to eat a little bit later than usual. Usual being the norm of 8 o'clock. But I'm trying to do these things a little bit later, so we get some viewers from across the pond, the other side of the Atlantic, in America. So if you get some viewers from the other side, hopefully they're getting these streams around the time they're leaving work or something. I think that's nice. It's nice to get a stream like this on your way home, in case you're a comic book fan, comic book writer, or comic book artist. Okay, so the work continues in these 100 Days of Comics. It's the 11th stream, although in between there's been a few days where I've rested a little bit, and a few other days where I've been doing some work, but it has not been streamed here on YouTube. I'd like to find a way that I can stream in 2-3 platforms at the same time. But that would probably mean, well, yeah, I could do that with a kick-ass internet connection and 2-3 different computers and 2-3 different camera setups. I could do that. Then I could have Twitch, YouTube, maybe Minds, all broadcasting at the same time. That would be awesome. I don't know of any other channel which broadcasts. You can do live streams, arts live streams. I don't know, but got here 2 pages right now. Concentrate on just one. And well, these pages are kind of fun for me actually, because it's back to a patient that I'm quite familiar with, as the whole of issue 1 is kind of set in it. So it's a building that I'm quite familiar, easy for me to go at it quite quickly. Also allows me to get the building from different perspectives, which I didn't have a chance on issue 1. Although the shot I'm going to be doing here is kind of a repetition of the actual first shot where the building appears in page 3 of issue 1. And then there's another page which is a full bleed of the building, where something quite unusual happens to the building. It doesn't lift into the air like a UFO, but it's one of the last pages in the book, and I'm actually going to be, hopefully I'm going to be inking that page on Friday, this Friday, where I will hope to be doing a live stream with a name artist. I'll make an announcement later on in the week, as I don't want to jinx anything, but I got a couple of great guys that I'm a fan of, and there goes the usual noise in London, bunch of cars passing right in front of my window, and these guys are they're fan favorites. I'm sure most of you will know them, if not all of you, and I'm sure you'll be quite happy to see this stream, because we can have a 3-way screen, like a nice John Carpenter climax. Slash the screen in 3. Me and the other 2 guys will be taking over 2 other sides of the screen. That'll be cool. That's planned for this Friday. I want to leave that page for that day. And right now I'm just gonna continue doing what I've been doing for this last week and a half, which is eyeballing as many thumbnails as I can onto the actual board, so that I can start cracking in it properly. is a bleed page, and taking over for most of the most of the page is going to be a shot here of the building. Probably going all the way up to here. And it's going to be this bottom panel with an insert panel, which takes about a insert panel, which takes about a quarter, or more than a quarter. About here. This is an insert panel here. This is another full bleed here. That's the other panel here. All right. Okay, so what I want here on the top. Zoom out just a tiny bit. Here on the top we got a military plane, which is actually an alley in the background. Ramp. Here. And it's got a few boxes here. Some delivery just arrived. Containers and stuff. Blah blah blah. Got some military personnel here. Carrying some stuff. Well, they would get a forklift for this, but what the heck? Gotta have some people here. Another one here at the back. Ballot. Actually, I'll put this guy here because I just realized that these guys are doing inventory. But then the focus here of this panel is actually a Humvee, convertible Humvee here. Where our hero will be sitting on. Our hero is here. Another guy is driving him. And yeah, okay. I just made a mistake here. It's not the whole panel does not take. Only half panel. This half panel is actually slashed in half. I completely forgot that. I'm looking at a thumbnail, but I'm kind of indulging myself in creating this, setting the scene here on the first section, I completely forget that what's happening here actually is that this panel cuts like this. Okay. So here in the foreground, we have just the hero, open vehicle, guy driving him, as this is a military vehicle. And yeah, we got here stuff and some other military personnel here doing inventories and all that stuff. And this is the airplane where you got an alley airplane thing where you came. That's part of the wing there. Got this big belly. And here on the other side of the picture, it's a trail, a road actually. Same car that is here. Horrible car. It's kind of a private road. Kind of a relaxed ride. And then they finally arrive here at this monumental building. But first we have the mountains here in the far background. Some clouds, cloud formation, blah blah blah. Forest. And then there is this big building, which I'm just going to piece here. Roof missing. You get a straight angle here, almost straight. So the perspective is you got this bit here. Oh, yeah, this is almost straight. Here's at an angle. Minus side of the building. So corner side of the building. This here goes quite into the back. Like this. Right, so that's a wall. I'm actually going to curve it like this, although technically it's supposed to be straight. It will look more effective if it is like this. Then you got this. This is where is important because this is still an angle because it's still above the horizon line, but it's almost right. And again, it has to be parallel to that. I want this to be a bit longer. Yes, this is definitely a little bit taller here. Just be more dynamic, more in your face, basically. Here is very straight. This is the horizon line. Right, so I play with the perspective until I'm sure what I'm going to be doing. Then when cleaning this up, then that's when we pull out the rulers if necessary. I still want to do this here. This is a concrete area of the structure. A little bit longer. Okay. Then you got some rocks here. Got a piece of the building here, which is this piece here floating. Some water here, and then there's a margin here. Water margin. A little lagoon around the whole building. This is much further back. And our hero will be standing here. Back of the car that brought him here. The guy that is driving the car, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Just thinking if I can make this a little bit shorter. So the panel should end. Entrance. Let's move this up. Now here we have here this one. Here we're gonna go full width. And I'm just trying to think what will be the best shot here, which way to present the building on this page. Just gonna tweet out this stream. I'll be right back. Can hear you on the screen. So if you heard someone screaming, it's my kid playing PlayStation. You know how it is. Having a little Jaffa cake. You know Jaffa cakes? Jaffa cakes is this like, looks like a cookie, but it's actually a cake. So this is a soft bottom, soft top with chocolate, and then inside he's got this orange jelly. It's very nice. Mmm. I'll dip it in tea. It's lovely. Okay. Now, as usual, we got a problem here. Building we're trying to do here. Orietta has a lot of shots in this book. There's a preview shot from the back, from the center, from the sides. This will be the final page in the book where the building appears, and I want to show them from a different angle. But it's a little bit difficult because the building is actually a triangle, so doesn't matter which shot you from above is a triangle. Doesn't matter which way you point the camera at, you're always going to get a long wall, a prism, or an angle, and then another long wall, unless you're shooting it from above, showing it from above, which then it will not. It's not what I want for this particular shot because I want to show considerable damage to the building. So it's also difficult because it's a flat building, and this is vertical. This obviously if it's a full bleed, it's a bit tricky on how to show it. But I'm thinking that I might show it from a side, which I haven't shown it that much yet. I'm gonna repeat the same thing twice, so it'll be the cloud formation, should be that layer. Contents here won't be so important, and probably want to show the adjacent building which is kind of looks like Boba Fett's ship. Look at this boot shoe kind of shape. First, we gotta guess use the horizon line. So I'll have the margin again. Be the corner of the building here. Nope, that would have to be flat. Very similar shot to that horizon line. This line will be going up a bit. This one further up. And then this one much higher. Going all the way up to pointing straight at the sky. Let's cover the building a little bit side here, which means this will be like this. This will be like that. But we still want it. Okay. So you know what I want? It has to be. No, the building has to take more of the page. Sorry, guys. It's not what I want. We're on a voyage here of discovery. Yeah, we're discovering what is the perfect angle here. Again, this page is important because it kind of defines what's going to happen to the building, and it actually shows the end of a bunch of characters. So it's the final page where the the two main characters are showing up. So it's one of the final pages in the book. So we have to get this right. There's no second measures here. We got to get this shot right. Okay, now I got the shot in my head. I didn't do the thumbnail for it. I just gotta get it. Just gotta get it from here to there. Right, so we got some mountain landscape here, yeah? Got the margin, and I think we're gonna have to make the margin. It's gonna have to be flat, and it's gonna have to lower. If we lower the margin, the water margin, and we don't concentrate about it, we don't push the picture up because of the margin. We put the margin down because of the main um, background element. What matters here is the background element. So, we'll have the horizon line around here. Yeah, this would be a tighter shot. We'd be standing over the margin, looking straight ahead, and this will be where our eyes will be at. So anything above would have to be, well, facing up. Now I want the building to tilt a little bit to one of the sides. And I'm thinking this side here. I can show a couple of other things. I want to show. I need to show most of the building because otherwise it gives the impression that what's happening to the building is not that measurable. It needs to be. It needs to be shown. Otherwise, it could be interpreted wrongly. So I need to curve the building even to do this. This will work. Sorry about the delay, guys, but until we get the perspective right, we can't move forward. So it is imperative that first we get this right. Doesn't matter how long it takes. We're almost there. When I see it, I'll know it. Don't forget this is the horizon line. Okay, I think I got it. But what we got to do, we've got to lower the structure. Because we need a mushroom cloud above the building. Yeah, I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away. But yeah, something is happening to the building that requires a little bit more of the space above to become free of the building lines, so we can create something there. Alright, so if we got probably gonna need space for some sound effect as well. So got a lot of stuff to figure out in just one shot, and we got to think quite ahead basically. So it's just not a question of penciling the damn thing and inking it, but I got to think ahead with colors as well as lettering. So. This becomes the top of the building. I gotta get a very, very sharp angle. That's a pain in the ass angle. This is a crazy, crazy angle. They're all crazy angles. If I do this and I do that. I think it's time to start bringing the roller here. Okay, so we got here, this will go up all the way up until here. So yeah, this line still goes here, and then we can have our straight line here, which means that this won't be that much of an angle. So it's here. Here. like many things, perspective is one of the things that I eyeball without very rarely going to extent of finding the actual, the actual points of reference to create 3 points perspective or whatever. It's just I generally eyeball it, and I usually get it right. Rarely I get it wrong, so I just trust my feelings really. I know I'm not doing the right way, but I can probably obviously save myself a lot of time if I do it the right way instead of just going around and around. But right now I'm just trying to get a feeling of what I want of the shot. I'm just not getting the shot that I want. And that's more important for me before the actual perspective. We might say that if I do the perspective right, I find the shot that I want. But it's not that easy because I might do the whole perspective here, delineate the building, and then realize this is not what I want. So it's not that easy. So one thing does not necessarily means the other. So this point here will have to be the same as this one, though. Okay. Well, so much would like to be watching Daredevil season 3 instead of doing this. But it's gotta be done. It's gotta be done, otherwise the story will not complete. And we cannot have that, can we? We're getting there. Now this part here is closer to the eye than that one. So this one will be wider. But at the same time, problem when you're doing graphic work is that you gotta be in the mood for this, and sometimes you're not in the mood at all. Problem is, mood or not, the work has to be done, and it has to look right. It has to look like you were in the mood. Yeah, sometimes it's not as fun as you think it is. So, okay, so the whole building is blowing up basically. Now you gotta leave most of the structure in the front intact, so people can, understand that it's the same building as usual. The building is concrete and glass. We can't fit the whole building because, as I explained before, the building is a triangle. It's kind of a triangular structure. It's a flat, one floor triangular structure on top of a lake. I want to curve the line of the lake ever so slightly because I don't like to make another straight line at the bottom when I already have several of them above. So we gotta give space for the explosion. We still gotta make the building solid and hard, like it is for most of the book. The building is almost like a character, to be honest. It appears so many times, and it is important for the story. So this building holds a lot of secrets. Now we're doing all these lines, and then we're gonna break all these lines again because it's gonna all of it's gonna be breaking up, debris everywhere. So it's kind of a very mysterious ending as well because you don't really know the fate of the characters inside. So just rough sketching this, all right, guys? This is not the actual. It's not the actual final lines yet, but I'm just trying to see if this works aesthetically speaking. This comes the tricky part here because the building has all these slabs on the upper side, and they're mimicked at the bottom as well, and they tilt outwards. So I gotta make sure that this is correct, because they also will define the perspective. So it's not easy. So as things go, as you look away from the central point, they tilt more, and as they get closer, they tilt less. All right. I think I can make these top blasts come out. Make it even sharper. Kind of the building imposes over the reader. Okay. So I'm going to have to lower this stuff here. Lower the horizon line. We're almost there. Yeah, we're almost there. I think I can feel it now. It's almost like going to church and praying, you know? You gotta feel finally God is speaking to you. Am I feeling the voice of God now? Finally. He's God telling me, yes, it is okay, man. I think this perspective can work, yeah. It's okay, Michael. It's good. I don't know. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to hear God tell me that it's good. And I've done the Lord's deed. And then I can rest. It's getting late for me already. I do need to rest. Glasses are going to be breaking everywhere. Can at least set angle. Still have a straight line. And this line is to match this one. Like this. Just to match it. And this here can't be wider than that. Because although it's closer to us, yeah, I mean, although it's closer to us, doesn't mean that this here has to be smaller, because this comes forward as well. This edge of the building is at an angle, so technically, even though you're below it and you're closer to this than to that, well, technically you're not, because they're both at the same edge. The only thing is that this is further away because it's on the top, but technically it's the same distance between the foreground, and that should be the horizon line, and that one is the same distance. Equatorially speaking, I think that's correct to say. I can't raise this any higher because that the explosion here is not it's gonna cover up a lot of it, so that stays there. It's a question of lowering this or not, giving more space here to the margin or not. That's the only problem. More important the building than the margin, so let's lower it further. This line should be much further down, but doesn't matter. As I said, this is not the final lines. I gotta do a ruling here, you know. Gonna have to use a ruler and find my points of perspective properly, and then we can have these properly lined up. For now, I'm just trying to find the actual angle I want to shoot this building. I'm still not getting it. Trying to visualize the idea in my mind. It's all in my mind. I just need to put it on the paper. So what's wrong here? Why is it not working on this side? It should be parallel to that, so there shouldn't be any problems. I think this is it, guys. I think this is a shot. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Still gonna be a lot of water here. I didn't necessarily want it to have in the shot. But yeah, I think this is it. The whole center of the building blows up. Gonna have glass breaking. The blast rising from above the roof. I think that's what it is. Okay, that's cool. Oh, definitely late. So tomorrow, join me for when I'm gonna erase all this, and we just the thinnest lines that mark the skeleton. Just then start doing the correct lining up of this architecture here. All right. So see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you very much. Have yourselves a rest of a good day and a good night. Bye bye.